Hello! On my last post, I was rather rude toward a product called Milliput. In the meantime, I became rather fan of Milliput and I bought me this time a terracotta one to try. Although I still have the green, yellow, the what's its name? The standard, which is gray and yellow and becomes rather greenish. I don't know if I told you on my previous emails because my previous videos because I don't post that often. Although I do record some, but then I just don't upload because I don't think it's that relevant. Just as irrelevant as this one, but never mind. Um, Within time, I became rather bored with my dolls, and it's been like a cascade of ideas. Um, I've been working on for almost 2 years. I've been building up a 18th century figure for myself, and finally he's starting to come out. And next week, the previous weekend, I was invited, or he was invited to participate on a dance festival, but as just, let's say, a decoration to prawns and to amuse people, and it was nice. If I would be technologically knowledgeable, now I would put the figure on your screen, but as I'm not, I'm gonna show you through my phone. See, not very well, but I'll leave the link below. He's rather active on Instagram, and lately I've been just thinking about creating a Facebook page. He's called Mr. P, and whatever related to him online, it's called officially Mr. P. With all these changes, the idea within his persona, he's a court painter from the first half of the 18th century, Portuguese. But the whole idea is to create a look into the 21st century society from an 18th century someone who's an artist. Somehow the idea is to create bridges also, like contemporary approach on life and art making, but with a scent from the 18th century. 300 years have, or 350 years have passed, and basically we haven't changed that much. Especially these days, we are still living on a very baroque society, all to do with the self, or the selfies, the technology. It's a kind of romantic, like never mind. Within this whole idea, and again giving a contemporary approach to art and society, the idea of within the Mr. P being an artist is again to give a contemporary look to what he makes. Contemporary, not his from his time. It's from our time, and this also brought me somewhat boredness toward the dolls I make, and I started to work on these looks, and this too also to talk about the material that by then I've become rather infatuated, which is polycaprolactone. It's some small plastic balls that one can melt in water, and it gives an interesting see this I made, and these are the balls I'm sure you've heard of. I found them on through a video on YouTube from a gentleman who uses those balls to mix with sawdust or flour to make his own homemade warbler. I bought them on eBay and I was absolutely fascinated. Because again, plastic, it's all to do with 21st century, right? Not anymore, I know it's decreasing, but within all these fevers, my flair toward paper mache doesn't tell me much anymore. So the art that is not the self-portraits, but these, for example, these used to the idea is to create a world or an idea of world associated with Mr. P, and thus, in my idea, to construct or to have fun with some things. So again, dolls, sculpture, painting, blah blah. And also, some months ago, I made this monster. He's of course expandable foam, and I wanted something since ages. I wanted some material that would allow me to have masses of material, but would have to be a pliable material, to do what I want. And of course, plastilina isn't it. I'm still not friends with plastilina. I'm friends with milliput, but it would take tons of milliput in order to to cover the whole thing as I want. And as you see, this area here, this is paper clay. This paper clay took ages to dry, and I thought, oh gosh, no. In the meantime, I became I'm on holidays from my day work, and really thought about, gosh, I'd really like a modeling paste that I could use lots and lots, and would be clay-ish enough to make what I want. And suddenly I remembered about these. These are air clay, that non-toxic, it's rubber, and blah 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 blah. It becomes like rubber when it's dried. It dries rather fast. It has very nice clayish quality, and I thought, how about to cover the whole thing with this? So I bought myself some, and whilst I was working with it, I thought, isn't this somehow what they call slime? Not a snotty one, but the other one. And since then, I'm still intrigued. Today, I must say, I went down to downtown to ask for borax, and no one knew what it was. So after uploading this video, if I will upload, because again, I normally record some, but then I just don't upload, because yeah. yeah, no one knew. But so when I finish this video, I will try some research. I'll do some research on some other alternatives without the borax. I've heard about some soap wash, something like that. I don't know. For me, it's all black magic. But as long as it works, it's fine with me. And I really want to finish this gentleman. Yep. So I'll show you what I have now. These are brown and red. It has somewhat texture, which I'm not very fond of, but when it's over, I will cover it with, because I can't sand, because this is rubber, I will cover it with all the cracks with either dust clay or some joint compound, liquid joint compound, and it will be perfect, because the whole idea is not to give too much details to anything, like see this face. This will have a bit more, because again I want to be to capture some idea of. That's it. The whole trick about the art from Mr. P is to get an idea of something, not that something in specific. It's specific, but nothing is specific, because we are living on an illusion, right? So everything's it's for us within the physicality is real, but overall I don't think that's real. And again, that's another, let's say, purpose of the whole Mr. P thing. I will leave the link of his Instagram profile if you want to have a look, or follow, or whatever. I won't say please subscribe my channel, and jump into crazy stuff, and what for? Namaste.